Hello, Red class. Right when I was about to say hello, Percival decided it was time to lay down on my arm and take a nap. So we'll do this one-handed. Well, hello everybody. Can you touch your claw? Touch your claw. Touch your claw. Well, hello everybody. Can you touch your claw? Touch your claw. Ooh, I got my hand back. Well, hello everybody. Can you touch your jaw? Touch your jaw. Touch your jaw. Well, hello everybody. Can you touch your jaw? Touch your jaw. Well, I found some piano music in the back of a picture book, and I thought I would try to play it for you and see if you can guess what song I'm playing. Do you know what it is? All right, I'm going to teach you a new version of this song called Row, Row, Row Your Boat. In this version of Row, Row, Row Your Boat, animals keep jumping into the boat, which makes you scream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. If a tiger jumps in your boat, don't forget to scream, ah! Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. If a rhinoceros jumps in your boat, don't forget to scream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. If a goat jumps in your boat, don't forget to scream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. If a T-Rex jumps in your boat, don't forget to scream. Ah! Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. If a mouse jumps in your boat, don't forget to scream. Ah! What would you do if all these animals jumped in your boat? Our story today is called The Red Boat by Hannah Cumming. Posy and George stood and looked at the big new house. "I don't think I like it here, George," said Posy. "Woof," said George. Posy peered over the wall. The people next door seemed strange. That night, in her big new room, shadows danced in the darkness. "I don't like it here, George," whispered Posy. "Woof," said George. It seems like Posy just moved to a new house and she's feeling uncertain about everything that's new. "What do you think my big new school will be like?" Posy asked George. "I hope everyone will be nice. What if I don't make any new friends?" "Woof," said George. "What's that poking out of the bushes?" asked Posy. "It's a boat. I can't remember seeing it before." "Woof," said George. They had a lovely time. They played pirates and castaways. They went fishing and had a picnic. They rescued a sinking ship, and they went on a round-the-world race. They fought with the monsters. They didn't want the game to end. I can't sleep, yawned Posy that night. Shall we go and sit in the red boat? Woof, said George. They sat in the red boat and looked up at the stars in the sky. The red boat began to hum. Then it started to rock gently. What's happening? George, said Posy, I think the boat is floating in the air. Guess what George said? Woof. They floated through the night sky, over the ocean, and under the waves. When they finally landed, it was very cold. Look at all the scary polar bears, Posy gulped. What are we going to do, George? Woof, said George, and gave her a nudge. Hello, said Posy, shivering. Hello, said the polar bear. How nice to have visitors. Posy peeked over the garden wall the next day. Woof, said George, and gave her a nudge. Hello, said Posy, shivering. Hello, replied the people over the wall. How nice to meet you. That night, Posy and George went to sit in the red boat again. This time, it flew them up to the moon. I don't like it here, George, said Posy. I'm scared of the dark. Woof, said George. Come nearer, said a little alien from out of the darkness. There's nothing to be frightened of. Let's play moon hide and seek. At bedtime the next night, Posy felt scared of the shadows again. Woof, said George, and Posy remembered her little alien friend. Good night, she whispered to her friend on the moon. Sleep tight. The next night, they landed in the middle of a large plain. Look at all the animals staring at us, Posy whispered. I don't like it here, George. Woof, said George, and gave her a nudge. And in no time at all, Posy had made a lot of new friends. The next morning, Posy walked to her new school by herself. She drew a deep breath and walked in through the gate. Everyone was looking at her, but Posy imagined George giving her a nudge, and in no time at all, she had made a lot of new friends. After school, Posy and George sat in the boat while Posy told George all about her first day. I like it here after all, she said, and I think I'm going to really like school too. Woof, said George. That night, the boat flew Posy and George to a surprise party. Everyone they had met was there, and they ate cake and sang songs together. Posy had a wonderful time. Woof. I want to tell you about some of the activities that you can do. Do you remember when we read Jack and the Beanstalk recently, and Jack got 5 magic beans? Do you remember what one of those magic beans grew into? The beanstalk. Well, what if you had a magic bean? What would it grow into? You can use your crayons or your markers or your paints or whatever is your favorite and draw something that grows out of this magic bean. I wonder what it will be. When you do this project, will you show us? I'm really curious what grows out of your magic bean. So speaking of beans, this is a project that you can do and it's going to take 2 days. Find your envelope that looks like this and it says beans. Pour the dried beans into a bowl and cover them with water and let them soak overnight. The next day, after they have absorbed lots of water, notice that they've changed sizes. And then you can dissect the beans. Now, dissect is a science word that means take apart and look at what's inside. So, let's try it. The first thing you can do is you can gently remove the seed coat. This is kind of like your coat that you wear when you go outside. And it keeps the seed safe. There's part of the seed coat. And you can break the bean open. And this part is the food that's inside the bean. And what I'm actually looking for is the baby plant that's inside of this bean. I'm taking off the rest of the coat, and I found the root of the baby seed, of the baby plant. Where are the leaves? I'm going to try another one. Here's the coat. Aha. Here's the baby plant that's inside of the seed waiting to grow into a bean plant. Here's the root, and here's 2 baby leaves. All right, so you can have fun dissecting your beans and finding what's inside. Oh, I found another baby plant. This is a bean sorting project. So find your envelope that says sorting beans and you can open it. Carefully pour out the beans so they stay on your paper. Look at all the different kinds of seeds. Actually, they're not all beans, but let's see. So you can sort them by finding all the ones that look the same and putting them in a section together. Ooh, I only have 2 that look like that. Maybe only 1 that looks like this. So keep sorting. This one has a lot of popcorn in it. Keep sorting until you have sorted out all your different kinds of seeds. If you want, you can use some glue to glue your seeds onto the paper, or maybe you want to glue them on the lines, maybe you want to make a design with them, or maybe when you're done sorting them, you want to put them in your compost bucket and not make any art with them. So see what kind of seeds you have and how many of them you have. Which one do you have the most of and which one do you have the least of? This is a project where you can make a butterfly pattern. So find your envelope that has this beautiful little colorful butterfly on it. Look inside. There's a rainbow of butterflies in there, plus some stickers. So, you can start by picking 2 colors of butterflies. I think I will pick red and purple. And I'm going to make a pattern with my red and purple butterflies. pattern is when something happens the same over and over and over again. So I'm going to start with purple and then red. So I'm using two colors, so I'm going to start over again with purple. And what comes after purple? Red. And what comes after red? Purple. So keep going until you have filled up this paper with your pattern. Now my pattern is done. It's purple, red, purple, red, purple, red, purple. Now you can glue down these butterflies and then you could cut on the lines if you like to do some scissor practice. And you have a couple of these strips, so you can try to make different patterns. Maybe a yellow and green. Maybe I'll try that next. Yellow and green. And I'll keep going until I'm done with my pattern. And you're gonna have a lot of leftover butterflies. That's good news. You can use those butterflies to make whatever project you like, and these stickers. Today we read a book about a boat. So let's see if we can make a boat. Back in September at the beginning of school, we did an experiment to see if an apple would float or sink if you put it in the water. Do you remember what happened? Well, if you don't, you can try it again in a bowl of water. See if your apple floats or sinks. And after that, you can take your apple and cut it in half, like this. And let's make a boat out of this apple. You can use some toothpicks and some construction paper. Maybe, look what I found in my cupboard. I even found a little flag. But take your paper, you can cut it into a sail and tape it. You could decorate your sail. I was thinking about putting stickers on the sail. Butterfly stickers maybe. And then put your sail in your apple. Make as many sails as you like, and then take your apple boat and put it in a bowl of water and see if it will float or sink. And now I think, because I love apples, I think the best part of this project is when you are done floating or sinking your apple boat, you can eat it. This will be the only day in Red class where you can eat a boat. All right, let me know if your apple boat floated or sank. Thank you for watching, Red class. I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.